what? Because they miss you? No, it works. Just laugh at me. Hopefully. Yeah, that was scary. Just laugh at me, I think. The commercial break coming out though. Yeah, I watched it live here. It's gonna. They probably have. They have like a short commercial break on. My Academia in the beginning. Here we go. It says. Looks like mount. I don't know. Attacking some poor girl? What's happening? It's some poor lady being attacked by hoodlums or something. Yeah, it's a poor lady being attacked by hoodlums. What is she? Like a donkey or something? Maybe they're just like hating everyone with quirks. Yeah, maybe they're like, we're gonna destroy everyone with quirks. Yeah, maybe they're just like. Yeah, I guess it's turning. But I think it's turning into like, you know, if you've seen X-Men, you know, like the mutant hunters, yeah, they're like, we're gonna kill everyone with mutant, yeah, so we're gonna destroy them all, right? I guess so. Deku looks so evil though. Deku this man's like, hey, put her the girl, like, Deku looks like he's pure evil, man. He's like coming in there with a weird mask, they're like, this kid, man, looks really evil. But yeah, just a random poor woman. Just like a donkey lady or something. So, yeah, just pretty big though. Yeah, pretty kawaii. So a cute donkey lady. I guess we had to make it brighter. So. Yeah, it's scary. Actually, it's scary. Definitely. But this is kind of cute. Dick is trying to be all like nice though. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. Yeah. So he's supposed to be this dark Dick. I was like, was this guy supposed to go dark Dick route? You know, I'm vigilante Dick. You know, I'm a bad boy kind of thing. And he's just like protecting innocent little girls from. Here comes the Batmobile though, and All Might is on. Yeah. But he really turned into Alfred now. I called it last episode. All Might's all like, hey, take this thing, boy! It's just running around and like, it's like, you forgot this thing, and yeah. See, All Might just became like this guy. He drives the Batmobile and he's like, hey, here you get some get some items for you. Got some stuff for you, boy. Yeah, come on. He turned into. Yeah, but Dick has a lot of inner voices now. Definitely. Yeah. But I like the general feel, right? Now it feels a lot more like a, you know, Spider-Man or Batman or whatever, right? Like Deku standing here on the roof and be like, we're bad guys. Yeah, now it turned into a lot more that typical like American comic book, right? That clearly Academia has a lot of inspiration from, right? Because now it stands here on the rooftop like, I will crush them all. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it certainly feels way more like. It's a very recap heavy though, beginning with it. Okay, this is a new line or what? Oh, that's poor. Oh yeah, these guys that didn't refuse to talk to him. That's true. The guys that were in there, maybe they're gonna come in as well here. The guys that were like, we won't talk to him. Because one of them is in the preview, yeah. Yeah, no. There we go. Yeah, what about like this guy? Because he's in the preview. Maybe he's gonna be like, maybe I can do some powers too. Yeah. Maybe? Man, this guy is like. Yeah, this guy. Oh, he speaks at least, okay. You know, he goes to Engin like Ida, so. Oh yeah, this got like a scar on his face. Yeah, he got the whole like scarred. This is kind of cute now though. They're all like, yeah, we got some solutions for you, boy. Yeah, but they're all surrounding him like, give me some tips. Yeah, like, I will give you some advice, young man. Yeah, it's like, okay. But if he's kind of crazy, there's all these dead people inside of him, and they all give him. It's really is like I see dead people. You know, he gets all this like. That's they were the one that found him. Before he had a scar there. Yeah, that's before he had a. Yeah, so this is how they met them. Yeah, you were like, nah. So that's kind of how they. Interesting. This is the start, yeah. When you took my hand, that was the start of the passing down the power, basically. Yeah, it's like, then I had a bro, did the power too. Basically. I just finished Family yesterday. It was very similar with all the emblems were like, we with you, girl, and you got the yeah, and she's getting power up. Yeah, they're like, let's team up. It is very similar to the scene in Fire Emblem, sorry, but it was very cheesy Fire Emblem. All the emblems were like standing in line, and it was all shiny, and they were like, oh yeah, we can do it together. Yeah, it's like, but here we go. Papa Endeavour's out doing stuff. Okay, this guy is getting crazy. Yeah, Endeavour is like, the Batmobile, clearly. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. Pretty easy for, yeah, some easy noobs, man, who knows it. Oh, of course it's all Endeavor's fault. Gonna blame Endeavor. Oh, you're throwing like trash on Endeavor, probably? Yeah. So it's like, just, you loser, terrible hero. But I don't know what people want. I mean, I just like, I don't know how to make any sense to these people. Like, you think it's better if Endeavor let the guy kill everyone? You know what I mean? I don't know what they want, these people. They're like, you're just bad heroes. You're like, okay, so should I just not defeat the bad guy? You're more happy if I let him stay there and... Yeah. Well, yeah, he's the father of Dabi. Best JEANIST. Best JEANIST just captures everything. Don't ruin my Batmobile. Best JEANIST is like, no trash. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, sure, they hate him because he's the father of Dabi. But it's like... Yeah, I don't know. It's like the whole, oh, this guy hurt my mother. Like when the Gigant kind of went to order. Like, okay, so what? They should have not stopped him? Like, well, that would have been better. These humans are so incredibly unpragmatic. Yeah, they were like, no, just ignore him next time. It's like, okay. Man, this is Spider-Man now. This is Spider-Man. Yeah. He really is Spider-Man now, standing on his arcing, sitting on the rooftop, staring at bad guys, swinging between the skyscrapers, looking for bad guys to fight, talking to himself with the gargoyles. He's really turned into Spider-Man. Yeah, it's like the whole, Bruce. Yeah, he's gargoyle. He's like talking to his inner voices in his head. It's like, yes, Nana-chan, yes, we're gonna fight the bad guys. Like, yeah, he's turning into Spider-Man. 100%, man. Yeah, they recap in lots of episodes. They really have mid recaps, yeah. Now they like recapping. Remember this guy? It's like, yeah, remember that guy. Yeah, the whole offer one. But it feels like they all basically know the truth now, more or less, right? Hawks and our best JEANIST, All Might told them everything. Not everything, but if they kind of have like, yeah, we gotta stop that Shigaraki guy, and yeah, they have the most of the information. And also Mideku. But also Hawks is a character that kind of, you know how Hawk is, like he kind of figured out the truth anyway. He's like, I feel I pretty basically know how Deku works his powers. So yeah, I feel Hawk's always like, The brothers one, but it becomes like it feels like a long recap though. I mean, sure, this kind of like Hawk's. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is like a Hawk's perspective on it, I guess, mostly, right? The best JEANIST and Endeavour is also a little bit, but mostly Hawks. But it still feels somewhat recappy. It's like Hawks like retelling what happened earlier. It's like most of it's like Hawk is like just telling, oh yeah, this happened, and then this guy happened, and remember that guy? Yeah, it's a little bit like mostly like that. Man, it looks really dark though. Yeah, the aesthetics is much darker now, right? The sky is dark, it's raining. Yeah, it's just like it's darker and darker. It's very Batman, Batmobile, old school Batman. Yeah, shonen, it's all sad. Yeah, Night Eye course on a few dead characters. What? Oh! Oh, it's getting owned! Here we go. Now Lady Nagant goes in, right? Has to be. She like snipes him. She got like a gun in the preview. And someone throws... No, that's like a canister. That actually don't trash that then. Someone is get the Batmobile. But I guess she's like hired to assassinate him, I guess. Here we go. I'm the target, I guess. Probably hired by here she comes. The evil waifu! Here she is. Evil waifu lady! Yes! Yeah, then for the commercial break. Yeah, I freaking knew it must be commercial break when that happened. Evil waifu lady comes in. But I guess she's hired to like assassinate Deku then. He probably hired her during the prison break, right? Yeah, or told her that, you know, it's good money to be made here. And she got some kind of sniper power or something. Yeah, I guess she got some kind of sniper power, right? Maybe a commercial break here for now. Just lately, yeah, but I don't know, like I guess she can like make weapons or something, like maybe 5 in one piece, you know, like her, I think she's transforming her hand into, I think she is transforming her body parts into, Yeah, and it's called Oppais. Yeah, that's what we see in the preview. We're like, the Sweden Oppais immediately. You're like, yeah, it's good anime, it's good. You know what's up, man. You know what's up, anime. And you have been to read community? My god. You have been to a recap. It's like, she goes in like, shonen, and then it's like, recap time. Yeah, you're like, really? Can't we like stay on her for a second? Just feels out of place, this recap, honestly. It's not a recap, you just had a recap, but I was like... I'll run away if they come for you. Yeah, okay. Hawk is like... If they come for you... Yeah. There she is! Evil lady! Yeah. Here she comes. But I think she's like a sniper, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, she hit the com first of all. She's very professional, yeah. She goes for the com, right? She destroys his like communicator first. That feels very like pro, right? She's more focused on that. As she's swinging some type of way here. Yeah, I mean it's again, it's very... using her hair. Her hair is like ammo or something? I guess so. She like puts off her hair and it's like loads it into her... I guess uses her own hair as bullets. What an annoying... What if she has no hair then? What if she gets bald? Or does she like regrow hair faster, or is it like... Oh yeah, I mean he's like thinking about he's like the gunslinger hero. Yeah, he's like this guy. Dick is gonna be like, I remember what Snipe could do. Yeah, it's like he's gonna be the thinking about that, right? Typical Deku. I remember reading about Snipe's powers, yeah. Yeah, the McCree guy, man. Whatever his name is. We have to get her power, yeah. She has this beautiful purple hair, man. Yeah, this beautiful purple hair, right? It's kind of like she has to retake this hair into yeah, and make it into bullets and so on. But I was thinking like, you know, what happens if she get bald, right? But yeah, they keeps fighting. Okay, what's he gonna do? Yeah, she got that cool... She looks fine, definitely. Oh yeah, this is... Yeah, like she saved him. Yeah, use your power, boy. Okay. What should she bring him with for? Why is she like, I feel sorry for him. He's like my part of my... What? What does she bring him for then? I mean, she did save him. It's just like, he's my boy now or something. Just... Yeah, he's already giving up already back then. She's like, I got him with my team now. Yeah, but he's gonna hire her now, right, to assassinate Deku, right? Yeah, it's like, I got a job for you, lady. Yeah. It's clearly like, you want a job? Yeah, so... Yeah, but actually, she's a kind of pro, right? Everyone else is running around like, he's like, you lady, you're pretty badass, yeah. You have to say, Lady Nagant, she's pretty badass, yeah. She kind of calmly walks out there and carries one person, it's like, okay, we're gonna leave, right? Yeah. She's kind of, talk to me. Yeah, that was basically, right? The rest of them were like, woo, we're free! She's like, what should I do now? Yeah, so she definitely is kind of a badass in that sense. She's calm and badass. She dropped this. I'm finding someone is like, I'm tired for the recap. She's like, can you shut up? I'm tired to hear all this bullshit. I mean, we need more of her. We need more of this character. It's like, stop talking about your stupid recaps and powers and shit. Can we leave this place first? That was good, man. Finally someone was like, okay, shut up. It's so annoying, yeah. Oh, that was awesome. She just told him to like, I don't want to hear your stupid, you know. No, I only got the voice. But she just picks him up and keeps him. I don't know why she... Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Suda-san. I hear it immediately. I don't hear... So it's overhaul. No, but I hear it immediately because his voice when he's crying is obviously Suda-san. Yeah, like he's obviously Suda. Like, so it's... Maybe he gets some more powers, though. Yeah, I guess so. He hires her, gives her new powers up. Oh, yeah, airwalk. So she can fly now, too. Okay, yeah, she can fly now, too. I guess, but I guess he also... I guess he pays with quirks. I guess he pays with quirks, man. He's a pretty good employee. He's like, oh, you work for me? You get more power-ups, too. He's like, power-up. Yeah, he's like... He doesn't just pay his money. He's paid with powers. Yeah, like, I would work for that guy. Yeah, it's like, oh... You give me more power-ups? There we go, good ending. Do 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 do. No 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 no. I like that he pays with power-ups. It's very, very nice of him. Yeah, it's very nice of him. Do 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 do. I think so, right? Yeah, he gave her airwalk, I guess, right? Whereas he has more than one quirk, though, so it makes sense to that he. But yeah, I mean, was that supposed to be a surprise? There was overhaul that she was carrying. I just assumed everyone knew because his voice by Suda-san, right? You can hear this one. Am I the only one? Because yeah, like I said, right? I just assumed everyone knew because the voice actor is overhaul. So I was like, oh yeah, it's Kenry Suda. Like, so of course it's him. Like, was that supposed to be a? But I guess in the manga it is less clear that it's him that is carrying a person. But yeah, in the anime you hear it's him immediately. So yeah, I don't know. As an anime only watcher, I obviously I knew it was him because it's the same voice. But anyway, it was the preview. We have the preview. This sheets again with like a sniper gun. Yeah. It ended when it got good. Oh, there's sheets. Is it Jagan maybe? I look so evil, man. It really ended when it got good, though. Yeah, when she was like, showing my powers. Okay, next episode is really called Nagant and overhaul it or something. Yeah. Next episode is like the lady. It really ended when it got good, though. It really ended kind of on the high note there, right? The episode really got exciting when she, of course, came in there and was like, yeah, I got paid for this, you know. So yeah, it really came into like that. That was kind of the moment where, okay, yeah, now the anime episode is getting interesting, yeah, like really interesting. When we see her abilities and so on, right? And then the episode ends. Yeah, and then it's like, okay, now it's over. You're like, of course, that's the moment the episode's over. A little bit. We'll review it. Let's see if I find a good image. What do I have? Here's a good Lady Nagant image. Very good wallpaper image of that. So I think the stream looks fine. Yeah, a little paranoid since last week, right? Because I've never seen the bug before we had on YouTube last week. And of course sometimes YouTube goes cray, right? But never seen that before in my life. I just assume it works. It looks fine. With some weird lines. Is that my screen? Or is that... How strange. Yeah, and then I look at it, it has like weird lines over it. That's better. Okay. Honestly, yeah, a little paranoid, right? Like I said, last week it was very, very strange. And like a bug I never seen before. So I'm making sure it looks fine. At least now on the stream it looks fine. So I hope it's fine now. I'm just a little bit like, what happened last week? That was so weird. Very, very strange. But anyway, let's go into the review part. So hopefully it works now. So yeah, Lady Nagant comes in, right? And as it immediately, yes, it was pretty okay. But it certainly was like, you know, the ending, right? The last 5 or so minutes, because of Oppa, but the last 5 or so minutes were clearly the highlight. Yeah, like the last 5 minutes were interesting. To see, of course, the new bad girl, right? And she's a pro, right? She's hired to kind of go after Deku. She isn't doing just, petty crime, whatever, right? Now, I mean, most people Deku fight are kind of like, either they have their own, evil agenda, right? Oh, I'm gonna conquer Tokyo, or whatever, right? Or, they do something else, right? Oh, I'm doing these evil experiments, whatever. But I think she's like the first person to ever like straight up be like, oh, I'm here to like just go after Midori. Yeah, Deku is like, this is the guy I will defeat. Her whole goal is just to get him, right? So that makes her interesting, definitely, that she is like just there to assassinate the main character and completely disregarding anything else, right? Because normally, I guess that the bad guys are like, again, they're fighting Deku, right? Because he's trying to stop them from whatever plan they have, right? Deku they have a plan, as I said, they have a plan to do X thing, and Deku blocks them from doing the X thing, right? But they could basically ignore Deku if they wanted to, right? Many times, so they kind of try to ignore him, some of the bad guys, right? Depending on the context, what's happening, right? Which is, true for most hero stories, right? But here, clearly, he's like, I'm after you specifically, right? So that makes her I think that's really interesting, and I really like this introduced. She kind of to a canister at the Batmobile, right? Kind of gets the comb, so she's a very pro, right? She kind of convinced that this is how I do it and so on. So yeah, she might be a very dangerous person for Deku then, as she's actually trying to get Deku for once, right? And knows about his powers and so on. I assume she knows about everything. I love that scene when she, interrupted him. That was hilarious, yeah. He was sort of telling her, oh, I wanted to go after this Deku guy. Okay, here's his powers. He was like starting to like, I'm gonna flashback for you, girl. And she's like, shut up, let's leave the island. And I was like, I'm tired of talking to you. That scene was great. That was one of the best scenes, man. She was like, I'm tired of this crap. I don't want to hear your like sad backstory and explaining to me how his powers works. Can we just go first? Yeah, I want to stay in this place. That was perfect, man, because that was hilarious. I mean, the episode had a lot of flashbacks, right? And they started a flashback. It started like, here's this flashback, here's this All Might guy. It's like, no, it's like no, not more of this. It always felt very fourth wall meta. She's like, I'm tired of this shit. And like I said earlier in the reaction part, I used yesterday finish Fire Emblem, and it really reminded me of Fire Emblem actually straight up, right? Where you see all the emblems coming together, shining, and it was very similar here with all the inner Dekus coming together and shining. But one thing it also reminded me of yesterday in Fire Emblem, the end of the game, you have all this character coming in, blah blah blah, and then you have Gold Mary, and she's like, can you stop this shit? Yeah, because there's so many characters doing like every character in your TV Fire Emblem, 14 characters, they'll say one line. Oh, I'm the cutest character. They all do that in one, like, here's my line, right? And then Goldman's line is like, this is stupid. Can we stop doing does ever have to have a line? There are like 27 people having one line each. It takes forever. It's like kind of a fourth wall. She's like, I'm tired of this. Can we just go on? Can we start fighting instead? Like, I don't want to see all your lines all the time. It felt a bit with her scene. Yeah, she was like, I don't want more flashbacks. She was like, no, stop the flashbacks. Because definitely the bad part episode, right, to speak right, it is unfortunately very common for My Academia, and it started in season 4 or so, right? I'm talking about, the recaps, right? The episode wasn't, like, of course, terrible. The other episodes have way more recap, so it's not the worst, but it felt a little bit like, I haven't read the manga yet, but we have, for example, them sitting in the car and discussing Hawks, like discussing Deku or whatever, right? It still feels mostly very recap, right? Instead of having maybe Hawks giving, like, here's my opinion about this, right? And it can be like maybe, I don't know, 2-3 lines from Hawk explaining his opinion, right? It mostly feels like he's just like narrating, this happened with Deku, and then this thing happened, and then best scene's like, yeah, I see, yeah. And he also says something, and it takes like 2-3 minutes to like, go over their opinions about it, but it mostly feels like it's a recap with a little bit of their opinions over the top, right? And it also makes me, it feels kind of weird watching it, because it is clearly mostly a padding out recap again thing, right? But it has like a few, like I said, it has a few new lines, right, from these guys in the perspective. But it's kind of mixed in with just recaps. So you kind of like, where's the stuff I actually want to hear? Where's the actual new stuff, Because if it's a sentence, it's like, here are 3 new words, 5 recap, and then 3 new words. These 6 words around the recap is what's interesting up until 7 minutes. But it's kind of like, I just want to get that part, right? So it's a little bit, it feels a little bit like, man, if you could like stop this, but it is unfortunate with this anime that this season is much better. Don't get me wrong, this season is much better, right? The previous, yeah, much better. This season is overall is better. I mean, the storyline is better, the pacing is better, and so on. But they're also better with the recaps. They have way fewer recaps, but still, this episode probably had like 5 recaps, right? You know, like 1 minute here, 1 minute here, 1 minute here. So I don't know. We had a lot of recap though. It still had a lot of recap, but anyway. That was something else, but it definitely had a little bit like, oh, here we go again. Oh, come on. What is lagging for? I'll try to change this soon. Might as well save that. Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, sorry. Page not responding. Yeah, I can hear my hard drive over there also doing noises. You can also hear my hard drive doing like noises. Yeah, I think I had a lag spike there. Come on. Here we go. That's the wrong one. That's the one. Nope. Sorry about this. Come on. Yeah, technical difficulties. Yeah, it's lagging like crazy. I tried to change the image and it is lagging like crazy. But this is my computer. No, this image. Oh my god, I should have pressed it. And now it's like, you know, now you get impatient and you press like 5 times, right? And I was like, oh no, it's gonna like do it all on the same time. That's a bit worse. This is the most classic like technical issue hang where you're like, you spam the button and you're like, oh, why did I do that for? That's just gonna make everything worse now. Sorry about this. Okay, let's give it another try. One press, go out. There we go, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. Yeah, I see that the classic issue, right? It took a little time. I started getting impatient, so spamming the button. But here we go, bam. So we learned more about how they first started, right? And how they first started Gate's second one and so on. That scene was kind of good. He was like raising his hand and he was like, okay, I got your hand. Yeah, like that's when it started. When you grabbed my hand and we became friends. That's like where it all went down. But yeah, it was interesting seeing them all gonna give Deku tips and so on, right? I kind of like it. And you see the other guys throwing in some lines to Deku. You're gonna do this thing now, boy, and so on, right? And what I comment the most is I really feel it's Deku turning into Spider-Man, right? A lot. And obviously the anime manga is always inspired by, you know, Western comics, DC, Spider-Man's alright. I mean, obviously he has a Batmobile. Clearly it's Batmobile's alright. But especially this part felt very Spider-Man. Like, he's talking to himself. He's like, has inner monologues with his... But now he actually has inner personalities, though. He does actually have inner personalities. Spider-Man's just crazy. Spider-Man just talks to stuff out in there. He just sits there and talks to his gargoyles and so on. But the thing is that, I mean, this episode... And earlier too, of course, but this episode was incredibly Spider-Man, because Deku is sitting there on the rooftop, right, like looking after bad, you know, like Spider-Man, standing there, looking at the bad guys, talking to himself, and then he swings on the skyscrapers, and now he's like, man, he's like, no, they're not even trying anymore, you know what I mean? But I think that what I'm coming to mostly though is that, yeah, I liked the episode how that felt, right? Because last episode didn't really have that. Last episode is fighting muscular, right? But this episode here, it really felt like Deku was turning into, again, that kind of Western comic book here, right? A lot more so, how he's like out and, you know, on the prowl, trying to find the bad guys, yeah. Otherwise, you know, Batman, whatever, and so on, yeah. Most of these heroes, right, that we have in the American comic books then, both Marvel and DC, many of them are like that. They're out, you know, on the city, they're trying to find the bad guys, right? They're doing all this stuff. They're sitting there lurking, right, waiting for something to happen. Oh, I hear a police alarm. I'm gonna jump over there, you know. That's very Spider-Man, you know. He's sitting there waiting, and like, oh, there something happens, right? I gotta swing quick down here. Deku really did that now, yeah. He really sat there, waited for stuff to happen, and all that stuff, right? So definitely interesting. And also the whole scene with Lady Nagant also felt very Spider-Man, to be honest, though. It feels incredibly heavy Spider-Man. It feels very heavy Spider-Man, right? In the sense that Spider-Man has that thing happen to him all the time too, right? Where he's like becoming a hero, and then, for example, I don't know, Smite, someone comes after him, you know, like Alistair, yeah, for example, in the classic Spider Hunter arc, right? And then they send these 3 robots after him to you know, assassinate Spider-Man, right? So also very common Spider-Man, that he's doing this hero thing, jumping around, saving, ladies or whatever, right? Like the episode F1 begins, and then suddenly Kingpin pays Smite and his father, Spy Senior to send Spider Hunters after him, and suddenly someone, snaps Spider-Man or whatever like that. So it feels very, very similar to the episode in Spider-Man when they start coming after him. The more I think about it, the more it's incredibly like Spider-Man, because they have basically the exact same scene in Spider-Man. He sits just like Deku, and then he shoots him, from the back. He's like, "Oh no, they're coming after me!" And then the exact same, basically, storyline too, where the bad guy coming after Spider-Man isn't really caring about Spider-Man. And he's just like, "I'm doing it for the money." I'm doing it but it's a job, This guy gave me new powers. I'm doing it for the money and resources. Yeah, it is incredibly similar. Think about Spider-Man has a lot of those. Yeah, but also Spider-Man has a lot of those, like, work for hire bad guys, like, Shocker and Rhino and so on. They mostly also hire for money. Kingpin mostly, I guess, hires people actually just care about the money, I guess. But the more I think about it, oh my god, it's incredibly like Spider-Man. Yeah, the whole scene is actually straight up as 2 episodes of Spider-Man. And Spider-Man Taz has the exact same scene happening, basically, when he gets shot. So. The more I'm talking about it, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, it happens then. But anyway, I still like it, right? It feels very Western comic then, right? I'll hunting instead. I was trying to find the bad guys instead of you sitting there at home in school, right? And like I said earlier, beginning of the reaction, it certainly feels like, why wouldn't you quit school if it's like, oh, I can join All Might and Endeavour and so on, the best guys. It's kind of like, going to Harvard, like Zuckerberg, whatever, leaving there to found Facebook, whatever. It's like, I don't need to get a degree, I already have this company. A little bit of that. But anyway, guys, please see you guys. Today we have Nier coming back tonight, right? Which is awesome. So Nier is back, Vash, and it's no Mo anymore. Yeah, Arno's got cancelled instead. 1 out, 1 in, right? So we've got Nier set today. But also that it needs a much better anime together. But